Aussie mango season has started, and according to some farmers, they can be a bit unpredictable. Mangoes are pretty fussy about weather conditions and where they're grown. So Kirsty went on the hunt to find out why mangoes sometimes get the grumps.
It's mango madness in some parts of Australia. The first mangoes started rolling onto supermarket shelves around September, and growers have been busy harvesting and carting them off for us to enjoy. The trouble is, not all mangoes are happy mangoes. Some of them can be very fussy about where they live. To find out what their problem is, let's check out Australia's climate. At the bottom, there's the temperate zone, and that usually means a cool, wet winter and a hot, dry summer. As you move further up the country, the climate is kind of the opposite. In Australia's subtropical and tropical areas, the winters are warmer and the summers can be warm and really wet. That's at the northern end of places like Queensland, the Northern Territory and Western Australia. And that's where you can find mangoes. Mangoes aren't a native fruit of Australia. It's believed they were brought over from India back in the 1800s, and in some places they have been very happy. To get a mango, you need a mango tree. You could plonk this seed in the ground anywhere in Australia. It might grow, but its survival depends on the climate and where you live. I'll give mine a try anyway. Remember, they're very fussy about weather conditions. In the cooler months, the tree blossoms into bunches of tiny flowers. The flowers are pollinated at night by native insects like beetles and blowflies. That's a bit unusual because most other crops rely on honeybees for that job. 1 or 2 mangoes will pop up from each bunch of flowers, and once they're ripe, they're ready to pick. But sometimes mangoes get grumpy, and they like to give growers a tough time. In some Queensland orchards this year, mango trees don't have any fruit on them. The season started off great, but then the mangoes had a change of heart.
If you had been here 12 months ago, you would have been amazed just how many mangoes were hanging on these trees, but this year's an entirely different story.
So why are these mangoes being so hard to keep happy? Well, it's a mystery that growers have been trying to work out for years. We know mangoes are really fussy about the weather conditions. On the one hand, they like tropical areas because they don't like the cold. But on the other, if it's not cold enough, the trees won't flower, so no fruit.
This is the classic example of what happens with a poor fruit set of flowering. There's the flower and no mangoes.
So the majority of trees are looking like that, are they?
Yeah,
So far.
3/4 of the trees. Some trees are very, very poor, some trees have none, some trees have half a crop.
So it's still a mystery that growers would love to solve. In the meantime, all they can do is hope that next year's mangoes will want to come out and party.